putting yourself first, making you the priority beyond everything. This is how you're going to enhance your self-care routine to be more feminine. Hopefully by the end of this video, you feel like you can have a better understanding of self-care and the routine to make you feel more feminine. First, take a moment to break down what self-care is and how it changed my routine. Self-care to me means putting yourself first, making you the priority beyond everything. Even if you have 100 things going on, you make it your business to make sure you are taking care of yourself first. Let's be honest, having self-care isn't always easy. Sometimes you have a million different things going on, different distractions, kind of pulling you away from you having time for yourself. Even with a million things going on, if you really are truly wanting to have self-care time for yourself, then you have to make it happen. The small, consistent actions that's telling yourself that I truly matter. Having self-care isn't selfish. This is what you're doing for yourself. You're gonna make a change for yourself. Self-care is self and then care. So you're caring for yourself. It's the matter of I matter even if no one's watching. I started on my self-care journey. I thought it was all about being perfect, having so many different things to make sure I can literally have time for myself. It does not require that. You just need to make time for yourself because you matter. You don't need a million things to have self-love, self-care, and self-preservation. First thing I did was think about what does self-care mean to me, not based on what other people think self-care means, because everyone has their own individual way of doing self-care. And I want to sit down and think about, well, what about self-care is so important to me? What aspects of it do I want to incorporate into my routine so I feel better about myself? And what are ways that self-care can actually look? Some of the things that I came up with were drinking water when you're feeling overwhelmed. I know it's a small thing, but it makes all of the difference. I found myself being way calmer when I'm in a situation where I'm cracking under a lot of pressure, or it's just I don't have my mind together, I'm all over the place, because we're females, we can be like that sometimes. But having a sip of water and saying, okay, let me process this next thing, actually calmed me down. Also, going to bed when I'm actually tired and not using that time to push myself and overwork or over scroll, like doom scrolling on TikTok, doom scrolling on Instagram, even on YouTube. I will find myself doom scrolling like all the time and not actually taking the time to relax and take care of myself. So focus on out there and not in here and what I need to do to take care of myself. So definitely when I decided to just stop doom scrolling and just put some of that energy that I'm putting out into myself, I felt so much better. Saying no when you are tired it will change. Literally, it will change how you feel about yourself. There's been so many times, like I'm a person that literally can probably overwork, but I realize that I too, even though I have goals, I have aspirations, I have a dream that I want to make happen for myself, I still have to say no to certain things and take the time to put into myself, because when you're trying to get to your goal, being successful, this and that, you will quickly find yourself getting burnout versus being able to replenish that energy into yourself. Find out that these small things make such a change in your day-to-day routine that you'll start to naturally kind of flow into what self-care means to you. Instead of trying to outsource for validation, you'll be able to validate your own things for yourself. You don't have to look for permission to take care of yourself. You'll just naturally take care of yourself because you'll see the value in taking care of yourself, and the value of self, the value of loving yourself, putting the time into yourself and not having to do a million different things to feel like you've earned it. You will naturally fall into the line of loving yourself, and everything that comes from that will literally start to happen, fall into place for you to have the perfect self-care. Remember, self-care is not about being perfect, because the reality of things is no one is actually perfect. We all feel like we are missing something, which is making us feel like we're not perfect, or we're seeing other people and thinking that's the ideal of perfect when you were probably perfect the way you are. The fact that we're often in our head, we tend to miss the fact that we are perfect to the next person, while that person is trying to figure out whether they're perfect to you. Self-care doesn't always look like you're glowing or you're having to spend a lot of money, having to try too hard to be feminine and trying to prove a point to others that you are literally the feminine aesthetic, trying too hard and trying to escape responsibility. Personally, when it comes to self-care, I don't feel like you always have to be glamorous and be perfect and be this star. I feel like that's a bit unrealistic because no one is like that all the time. Self-care is about not being too hard on yourself, not trying too hard, just really finding things that work for you. What I've learned is taking the time to reset, whether that is maybe lightly going for a jog, going on a walk, or just having more rest. I'm a person that is constantly doing so many things that I need to take the time to rest. And when I changed that within my self-care routine, I feel like I had more clarity. I was on it. I wasn't stressing out, feeling good about myself. I was taking care of business and I was just on point. So definitely making sure that you're taking time to rest is literally such a big part of your day to day that a lot of people skip over that, but it makes all the difference in how you're going to handle your next activity. Cleanliness is so important, and I personally definitely know that when you have a clean environment, then you can process things differently. You have more clarity, everything's flowing, you actually feel lighter. I feel like there's a psychology to this, to be studied, but I know when I'm trying to do a million different things or I'm trying to even take care of a couple of things, when I don't have a clean environment, then I realize that my mind is just all over the place. I have mixed emotions about this. I'm thinking about a million different things at once. I'm not having any sort of clarity. And when you change the little things, such as maybe making sure your kitchen's really clean, making sure your living room's really clean, taking the time to make sure your room is how you like it, is going to make all of the difference in your world, your routine, and your day-to-day activities. You're going to feel more confident. You're going to feel like you just have a better grasp on your reality. When it comes to emotional expression, definitely one thing that has helped me is making sure I'm journaling my feelings. If you are not journaling your feelings, then it's all just going to bottle up and you're going to feel like you're never progressing in life. So making sure that you're journaling has helped me so much. Making sure that I just did some type of physical activity, yoga, running, jogging, stretching. These are all the little things that literally change how you feel, and you will find yourself relieving any emotional pain or any emotional problems that you may have. You will find yourself feeling better and radiating on a better energy. This really plays into the feminine aspect of things, making sure that you are moving your body gently and really taking the time with yourself and being soft just makes all of the difference, and it makes you more feminine. It makes you just move through life differently. You're caring for your body, you're moving slowly through life, you're not having to rush. You're really telling yourself it's okay to take some time and really love yourself. Loving on yourself is going to make you feel softer. It's going to make you just attract different opportunities, because you're going to find those opportunities move in faster because you're taking the time to love yourself. You're taking the time to care about yourself. You're doing self-love, self-care. Choosing softness over harshness is going to make you feel so good and accomplished. And you're going to see the progress in your self-care routine, in your femininity, and you're going to just find yourself being softer with everything. It's going to give you peace. It's going to make you feel lightweight, and you're going to really be able to embody the feminine self instead of having to search it on Pinterest all day on how to actually be feminine. You'll start to radiate that, and you will see opportunities arise, not just out there, but for yourself. You'll feel like you can do maybe something that you weren't able to do before. You'll have new inspiration. You'll feel inspired by something. You'll feel the movement of wanting to try something new, of wanting to do more journaling and things that are nourishing yourself. You're remembering that femininity is not about performance or being pressured or having to be a certain aesthetic to be perfect. It's about being you and finding what works for yourself. Because we're all feminine in different ways, and your version of femininity might look different to the next person. Being feminine isn't always about wearing pink or being delicate or having to talk in a certain way or looking perfect or having to shrink yourself to be so small. Being feminine is really finding your own comfort in your own softness and acting on it. An energy that makes you feel more comfortable within yourself, more connected within your body, at ease with your own energy and aligned with yourself. Magically just become feminine within yourself. You just allow yourself to be feminine. I would go on a walk. This is so funny. When I would go on a walk, I would literally run. Like I would like jaywalk so freaking fast that I would be like, why am I even walking this fast? Like I know I'm trying to exercise, but maybe I don't need to. Maybe I should just walk slower, take my time and enjoy my surroundings and just really pay attention to the little details when you're going on a walk, like the flowers, the trees, saying good morning to your neighbors, and just really soaking in your life, your reality, and what you have going on right then and there. Not rushing like you're on a mission. And I would always find myself rushing. So when I decided to take my time and enjoy the little things, I literally just felt so accomplished. By the end of that walk, I felt like I could do 10 more of those because I'm really taking in what is around me and I'm not trying to rush through the next lap so I can be done with this. One thing I realized a lot of us females struggle with, and I personally have struggled with, is wanting to respond really fast, whether that's in a conversation or something I'm doing. I just like stop what I'm doing to hurry up and take care of the next thing. But actually taking the pause, taking the time, instead of going from your emotions, just actually giving yourself the respect to take your time and process things slowly so you don't have to feel like I have to hurry up and respond, I have to hurry up and do this to feel validated. You just often will feel more powerful and you feel like you are just doing yourself a favor by choosing processing and then your response versus aggression, being like strong-minded, emotional. It's not needed all the time, and making sure that you are doing this for yourself is going to make you feel more respected, and the person that you're talking to will feel like they have to give you that time to process things and relax and have time to yourself, because you are your own person and you do not have to rush to a response. You can take your time and just really tap into your more logical feminine self instead of going straight to the emotions to respond. You're gonna feel much better. Find yourself having more control over a situation instead of trying to control the situation. You'll naturally gain the respect, you'll naturally gain the power because you're not coming from an emotional standpoint. Instead of having to rush through your self-care routine, whether that's your hair, your makeup, your lashes, your skincare, your body care, just really taking the time is going to make you feel really appreciated, and you're going to have self-respect for yourself. And you're going to realize that I don't have to rush through this, because rushing at the end of the day is not going to make you feel any better about yourself. There's self-love affirmations, there's body positivity affirmations, there's hair affirmations, there's beauty affirmations. There's so many self-assuring affirmations that you could be doing while you're doing your self-care that's just going to build you up in the best way possible. Brushing your hair slowly, doing light fragrances are all things that you can do to embody the self-care ritual that works for you. Wearing clean, comfortable clothes is like speaking poetry to yourself, and you just feel so good, you feel accomplished, you feel comfortable, you feel nurtured, you feel like you're nurturing yourself. And that's what self-care is all about, honestly, is finding a way to nurture yourself and make yourself just feel more empowered, feel more comfortable, feel more loved, feel more cared for, and not just under the pressure of having to be perfect for someone else. Now it's time for you to make moves for yourself and gain control over what works for you. One of the things that I would ask myself is, am I being gentle with myself today? And that is a real question to ask yourself, because that actually brings you to the knowledge of self-awareness and really asking yourself, with me doing this, is this making me feel better about myself? Is this making me feel cared for, feel loved? Is it making me feel like I'm doing something for me? And if it's not, then that's a sure sign that you need to change that and start taking care of things that work specifically for yourself. Romanticizing private moments with yourself, doing your skincare, even if you're at home, wearing something soft and feminine for yourself. That could be like a pink robe or a cute pink pajama set, or even just a cute comfortable sweater and some loose fitted pajama pants. Just things that work for you and that are soft and girly. Maybe you want to light a candle, tidy up your space, polish your nails, or even go get a body massage. Remember, when you're doing all these activities, you always want to ask yourself, do I feel comfortable? Do I feel graceful? Do I feel like I'm trying too hard? So now that we're heading towards the end of this video, here are some reminders, a summary of what was done in this video today. You can journal and just kind of look over this while you're doing your day-to-day routine. Let yourself feel things fully, cry without shame, express joy fully and openly. Say when you're hurt, emotional awareness strengthens, not weakness. Take the time to clean your environment, rest. Don't focus on seeking others for validation of your self-care and femininity. Take the time to reset, replan, and move forward slowly. Okay, I hope this video was really helpful, and I'd love to see you guys comment below what you guys think of this video, if this was helpful. Also, when you guys email me about how this really has changed your life and this really helps you to feel better on your day-to-day basis, it makes me feel so good. It feels like I'm accomplishing something that I've always wanted to do, which is uplift others and make them feel the best about themselves. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and look forward to a book that I'll be writing very soon.